Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camelia Crafts Designs. Welcome back. I'm here with an actual project today. We're going to make something. It's one of the things that Melina did in the Scrapbusters challenge, and it's this little fold over pocket. I absolutely love it. That was a previous Scrapbuster. I'll link it. So yeah, I'll show you what it is. These are just pre-made tags and bits of ephemera that I've popped in it. So take them all out, and that's what we're left with. There is 1, 2, 3 pockets on each side. 1, 2, 3. And it's made from an envelope. So it's a fold over pocket made from an envelope, and it's got 6. You can glue the bottom of these pockets, but I thought it'd be fun to leave them undone so I can use it as a belly band. So then there's no limit on the height of the tags that I'm fitting. So let's show you how I made it. I'm not doing anything any different to Melina. Yeah, it's an easy video for me then, isn't it? Right, so this is the envelope I've used. I will link Melina's video as I always do, and you will see that mine's different to Melina's. It's a different size. My flaps end up being different sizes, but you can make this out of any size envelope you want. Even if it has a window on, it doesn't matter, because that will be glued onto your page and you won't see it. So if the only envelope you've got to hand is a junk mail window envelope, you can still use it. So these are some I bought from my local shop. They're a bit thin. They were very cheap, that's why I bought them, and yeah, they're a bit thin, but as I'm going to collage on it today, yeah, that doesn't matter. In fact, it's better. It makes sure that the envelope is not too thick for my junk journal then. Because I'm starting to put a little botanical one together with things that have already been made. Right, I'm going to cut it right along the crease where the flap is. So we end up with that piece and that piece. Put your trimmer to one side, missus. I should be all organised today because I've been, I've had no merger. I've done quite a bit of organising and finding things I haven't seen for years. So that piece will then go on there. It will then fold over, and you can now start to see some similarity, can't you? So here we go. Melina used a white envelope. I'm using a craft one. I did decorate all of the first one, but I think I'm only going to decorate this flap and that. I'm going to see what that looks like just inked up and left. It might look good, it might not. If it doesn't look good, I'll do some collaging on it. There's no rules. We don't like rules. Right, I've got this today. This is my piece of ancient. It's the first kind of inking thing Tim Holtz came out with. Yeah, they are double this size, these mats, but me and my mate, we were at a card making class, and this woman was telling us how fabulous they are. You know it is. I do it to you. I use some, I tell you how fabulous it is, and it really sounds like I'm trying to sell you one when I'm not. Or I might be, I don't know. I'm not trying to sell you one. So, yeah, he's now come out with his fancy glass one, which I have got, but it's very difficult for me to use on camera in front of my window. Yeah, in the day I've got light coming from my window. At night I've got light coming from, yeah, not the moon, a light bulb. A light bulb, no, the moon, yeah. I craft by moonlight. I am a pagan crafter. No, I'm not. I'm just being silly now. I haven't been on camera being silly for a while. I've not felt like being silly, but now I feel silly. 2 days to go, and we will have our new cat. She's bringing my mojo back. I think she's already sent some ahead because I actually want to craft. Right, I'm going to ink that bit, and I like to use a piece, here we go, a piece of this that's label backing or anything, any kind of paper that's not too sticky. Yeah, I'm inking, if you're wondering why I'm inking this up instead of holding it up and doing it, it's because these envelopes are right thin and prone to wrinkling and stuff. And I just fancied a change, to be quite honest. I did watch a card making video by someone who were inking like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's how we used to ink when we made cards. That's how you see Timmy ink. Timmy Hink? Who's Timmy Hink? Must be related to Ethel. Tim Holtz ink. It's a Yorkshire thing. We're always a bit wary about where to stick as H's, and we end up doing it wrong. Well, I do anyway. Right, so that's that bit hinked. I'm not going to hink the back because you ain't going to see the back. I will get my flap. I'm not going to hink my flap because I'm going to cover it up in paper. I've got lots of yummy scraps here. yeah, that's the starting of a little journal I'm putting together of a few ready-made pieces. I just fancy doing a nice little botanical journal. Normally I'll make a journal then decorate it, but I'm going to do it back to front. I might let you in on some bits. I only started it yesterday. Right, so all these bits and bobs. Oh, extra envelopes. What do you want? Oh, she's just bonging. I think she's upset that I called her Ethel yesterday when her name is quite clearly Gertrude. Right. That's the top part of the piece of paper I used to put inside there on my first one. But if I use this, it's going to be a bit boring, isn't it? 'Cause you're not going to see any. And oh, that side's fab. Oh, I'll save that for my next one though, because then I won't get to show you how to cut it to size. So I might use some of these digitals on this one. These are some scraps of, that's definitely Artie Mays. Digi-scraps, book page scraps, more music paper scraps. Oh, I've just got scraps coming out of my ears, as you know. I just grabbed a handful of my larger scraps. Ooh, I looked for that for my last one and I couldn't find it. Oh, I might stick that ticket on. That's been wheeled over, I think. And I've got this. I've got a napkin that's, yeah, it's been a bit screwed up. A little bit of collage paper. Oh, that looks nice. Let's see what occurs. I'll bring back my other one in again to show you what I did with putting everything in my ink. Chill, woman. I just put a little bit of scrunched up napkin under my little word that I put on. I'd collaged and that bit looked rather plain, so I'd had to stick a word on. I didn't bother on that side because it wanted as plain, but you could then stick, I don't know, you could stick a cluster on. I've probably got some to hand. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, well, you could stick that on. Oh, quite like that. Yeah, do what you want. There you go. So, you know all these pieces you see me make? Yeah, you put them where you want, do what you want with them. It's amazing how all these different patterns and textures will go together. Right, I'm going to collage this bit first. No, I'm not collaging that bit. So, no, I don't collage it. I decided I didn't want to. So I'm going to collage this bit. Aha. What's that? No idea. Oh, we had a really nasty beetle in house last night. Well, I think it's nasty. Very nasty. It caused much screaming and, yeah. It were, I don't know if you have them in US. In the UK, it was a devil's coach horse. I don't know if it sounds worse than it is, but it flew. And I'm like, what? It flew. Now, I'm familiar with these beetles from when I was a kid, and I did not know they could fly. And I'm like, what on earth is this monster in my house that looks like a devil's coach horse, but it's flying? It was like, oh, no, we don't like it. I will do some crafting. I'm just rabbiting, aren't I? I'm just going to collage this. Right, very easy collage. I'm using my art glitter. I think Melina used dry glue for this. I'm just putting it just around edge of the bit we're collaging, and I'm just doing it like this, just like that. Yeah, then we're going to trim all them other bits off. I want a bit of this on, but I think I don't want a straight line, so I'm going to trim that down, and I'm going to trim it down at that side, and then I might get 2 bits out of this. So yeah, that beetle just scared me to death. I'm going to ink or even glue just that bit, because it's going to overlap onto that. I mean, you stick it down with what you want. I liked to watch Melina do it me with the dry adhesive. It was good. So I'm sort of doing it how she did, but I'm using wet glue. Because, yeah. And, no, I don't want that. I want something different. Doobie-doobie-doo, doobie-doobie-doo. That will do. Bit of Coldplay or humming there, I think. Not worry. No, it weren't. It were Imagine Dragons. Sorry. They do sound a bit similar sometimes, don't they? Now, I forgot to put a little bit under there, so I'm just going to Whee. I hope you can see it's getting, because this is the second video I'm doing in a day, it's getting a bit dark. I'm just going to adjust my lighting. Oh my God, that went really bright, didn't it? That's better. Oh dear. Right, so that's that bit. I'll put that over there. Yeah. So this is a nice grungy piece of paper. I think I'm going to have that in the middle. Yeah, that looked good. So I'm going to come in and just put some more glue on that. I use my art glitter for everything now. I can get it cheaper. That's that. Whee. Like, and I think I want that there. Yeah, I really want to show these, what is it? I can't read it. Digitalis purpura. Is that the one that's poisonous? I don't know. Digitalis, is that? Yeah, it's got a common name which I've probably ripped off and put somewhere else. It's probably under that piece of paper. I'm really terrible with plant names. Can't identify them. Yeah, anyway, the bug. I was telling you about that bug. Oh, it was shocking. Me and Bex were terrified. Rachel were in bed. Now, Rachel, the youngest, often gets up very early. She gets up earlier than me. I'm talking the child will go up at 5 in the morning. She's very good, but I thought, what happens if she gets up and finds a plastic cup on the floor and thinks, oh, what's this, and takes the lid off, and this giant bug, I don't know, savages her or something. They are capable of biting, these devil's coach horses. So I just got a big A4 sheet of paper and I wrote bug on it and a big arrow pointing downwards and stuck it on the sideboard above where the bug was, under a little plastic Tupperware tub. So yeah, oh, I'm going to use that bit. So yeah, horrible thing. They're capable of biting you, which shouldn't be allowed in Britain. We don't like biting bugs. They should all be left in, I don't know, New Zealand, Australia, US, but we don't want them, thank you. I'd be interested to know if you get devil's coach horses anywhere else. I think you've probably got much more seriously. I've done something very wrong on this while I was talking. And what I've done is I've collaged the wrong side of this envelope. Now, the reason for that is, that's the sticky strip. So I should have collaged on that side, but yeah, I bet I'm not the only one who's going to do that. I bet one of yours is going to do it wrong. So I think I'll just stick some tea-dyed paper on it. In fact, I don't even need to use tea-dyed paper. I can use coffee-dyed paper. Yeah, bob over and watch Melina. She actually collaged on proper side. Melina did what she was supposed to. I was naughty and got carried away rabbiting. Yeah, I've not finished going through all my comments from my last video. Thank you for all your lovely comments, and you all seem to love Nala, the new kitty that's coming in 2 days. Oh, it's like Christmas, but now we know when Christmas Day is. Yeah, I'd said to my youngest Rachel, it's like waiting for Christmas, waiting for Nala to arrive. She's like, no, it isn't. We know when Christmas is. We don't know when Nala's coming. I'm like, ooh, chill your bones, child. I will get a piece of paper just to stick on back of there. I want one that's big enough. And I don't... Oh, what's that? No, that's not big enough. I'll just get a plain A4 sheet. That should do me. Come hither. Plain paper. Here we go. Got one. Why is it that crafters can never find the most basic of basic things, which is a blank sheet of paper? Whenever anyone rings or you need to make a note of something, just temper, it's like, where's the paper? Kids will say, Mum, have you got a bit of paper and a pen? I'm like, no. Got a craft room full of everything under the sun. But is there a regular piece of paper and a regular pen? No siree, there isn't. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just gluing all over that. And I'm going to stick it on this piece of paper. To try and save myself at least one cut, I'm going to try and line it up with bottom. Yeah. So it's a good job it's a thin envelope, because it's now got collage both sides. But hey ho. You'll never know when it's put together. But that's just me, that I do the one off camera correctly, then the one on camera, I just mess it up. But I reckon a few of you were shouting again. Although I don't think so. I can't remember if I even told you which side we needed to collage. But there's probably someone out there thinking, probably a better collaging the other side there, Julie. Or Melina didn't do it like that. Sometimes I do things differently because there's a reason. There's a rhyme and a reason to the madness. Sometimes, nah. But that's how happy accidents happen, isn't it? Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're like, oh dear, that went a little bit awry. Right, let's ink this. But these are so easy, I promise you. Well, I've managed in a fashion to do one while talking 10 to a dozen. I'm just very giddy today, because I've had confirmation now, since I filmed my last video, that Nala will arrive on Friday. Ooh. Oh dear, love it. Oh, I quite like that. Do you know, I'm even starting to embrace a little bit of wrinklage in things. It used to stress me out when I first started junk journaling, you know, because everything in card making tends to be so perfect. Especially, as I've said before, when I do like invitation cards or things like that, they all want to be exactly the same. You don't want great Uncle Ethel. Great Uncle Ethel. Well, there may be uncles out there called Ethel. Who am I to judge? Great Uncle Ethel moaning because his card weren't as nice as Auntie Fanny's, dear. Right, that's that. Let's bring... That's not the envelope, is it? Where's the envelope gone, woman? Where's one you're actually using on camera that you inked? There it is. Right, so that's going to go there. I think, you know, I might leave this and not collage that. Ooh. But then you won't get to see one collaged, will you? I'm going to collage it. Just because you need to see how to do it. Right. But you don't have to collage that bit. We could then pop something in there. I mean, you don't have to collage any. You could stamp it. That'd look good. But I'm collaging today. Collage is good. I've just had a little bit there come undone. So I'm going to glue it. Yeah. Yeah, right. One thing I did is, this is only a slightly different thing to Melina. Because I don't want to spend time collaging what I ain't going to see, and also I've now collaged that twice, I'm just going to draw around my flap like that. Don't worry, it's going to be covered up what I'm drawing on. Can you see it? Yeah, my pencil line. So I know I just need to collage above that line, or down to that line and past it. Does that make any sense? But I think I'm going to do this with rather big chunky pieces. I may put that just there in the middle. Yeah. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to grab this piece of label backing again, what I used to do the inking. I'm going to pop that in just in case I get any glue come past that envelope flap, and then it'll get stuck to there instead of sticking my envelope flap together. Right, so that's going to go there. I'm going to glue down there, then I'm going to rest it gluing on here, at the bottom and up the sides. Then I'm just going to, that should have covered enough, I reckon. Put it about yay there, what's that mean? I've completely ignored facts of that. Now that could be straight, it could not be straight. Do you know what? I'm not going to let it stress me. I want a piece of kitchen roll to get rid of some of this glue. Yeah, I don't want it drying in a big lump before I put my next piece on. So yeah, I've decided I'm going to do this bit in neutrals on this one. That. I don't think I want checks going diagonally. Or do I not? Do you know what? Maybe I do. Yeah, I'm going to rip that. Like yay. And I'm going to stick that there. In fact, I could line that up. How perfect is that? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I can do. And I'm just going to cut up there. Yeah. And I'm going to glue on my actual piece of coffee dyed paper this time. Again, use whatever glue you want. Dry glue, wet glue. I thought I'd actually glued it wrong side then. Wouldn't be the first time I'd made a mistake on this project, would it? I didn't line that up properly. I might still have a little bit to snip off, but I mean, it doesn't look much at the minute, does it? But don't worry, it will do. It'll look okay soon. Don't panic. Oh, I like that. That's just a piece of digital paper, and I want that to go there. So I'll rip that off. Yeah, I'm probably making a right old meal of this, taking 10 times longer than I need to, but who cares? I don't. I'm going to pop it that way. I wanted to get all that covered in one piece, but I can't because that's too small. Do you know what? I'm going to use this. I've gone well into realms of faffage and message. That's good. Yeah. I'm just using my nail along edge to see whereabouts that's going to come to. Just going to chop a little bit off. Right, and I'm only going to glue here, within that bit that needs covering. Then I'm going to glue these edges a bit. So I just wanted to cut them off so I won't glue in stuff that weren't really relevant to glue. Right. Yeah, I've covered all that up. Ooh, I put it far further up than I should have, but does it matter? We'll see in a minute, won't we? We'll see in a minute, she says. We've got a wrinkle. Embrace the wrinkle. We like wrinkles now. Wrinkles are good. It's good to embrace your wrinkles as you age. May they be in your face or your paper. Oh, your bingo wings. Bingo wings. Such a funny phrase. Right, I'm going to put, you know this bit up here I didn't have a home for, I'm going to pop it there. It fits perfect. Just gonna, that's it. Even if this looks odd now, it won't look odd when it's all put together. Do you know the last one I made that I showed you? As I made it, I thought, I do not like this. This is not a nice collage. But when it were done and the flap was stuck on, I was like, ooh, I can get with this. I can see where Melina were going with this one. It looks good. I've just put that on wonky again. If you want a bit of room to wiggle, use glue stick. I'm going to have to put another piece on there now, of course. Because I am, quite simply. I'll use this piece of checked. Yeah. Don't need to be a piece that big though, does it, missus? That's just taking it to ridiculous levels. There we go. Just stick that bit down. Don't want it getting caught on whatever we put in pocket. Right. Just this piece to do now. What should we do this in? Bit of music paper. Yeah, doesn't have to be plain both sides, does it? Yeah, I like that. I'll rip it up that way. Yeah. It goes down to where the flap's going to end. Yeah. So I'll stick that one on. I'm going to glue on here this time, and a little bit on that edge. I think it goes all the way to the bottom, doesn't it? That's it. I know I need to put some more glue on it. Oh, I could even rip that off, you know, because we ain't going to see it. Rip it off instead of gluing it down. That's a top idea, woman. I'll rub that glue so it doesn't stick where we don't want things sticking. Right. Now, I'm going to take that out. As you can see now, we're not stuck together. Next thing I'm going to do, I hope you can see this, I'm going to cut my collage pieces flush with the line, the edge of the envelope. What's that side? I don't know if I can do this side on camera. I've no idea how we did it off camera. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. Stop farting about, woman. There we go, let's have a look. Oh yeah, she did it. And very sticky scissors now. There we go. Be careful you don't cut the actual envelope or you really will muck your pocket up. Now let's get some ink on. I'm holding it up this time because I can. It's not too flimsy. A little bit of ink needed there, or even glue. And let's ink this edge. I'm quite liking the grungy look of this. This one's not botanical. As you may have noticed, I'm doing it rather neutral, so I can put it in anything I want. Right, get my flap. We've just got two little bits on. It's not, it is botanical, isn't it? I forgot I'd put botanical on flap. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and walk that back. I'm like, oh, we're making a neutral one. No, we're not. Brain buffering, as my daughter says. It buffers often. Right, oh, I like that. And we want something, I'm going to put something neutral in the back, I think. Did I decide I was going to put that music paper in? No, because you need to know how to cut it. Now, I'm not going to get one continuous piece this time, I don't think. I could put botanical in, couldn't I? Well, that just makes what I've said an extra complete load of nonsense. It's not botanical. Yeah, of course it is. I think I want to put that music paper in. But now I've got another problem. I've blinking lost it, I think. Where's it gone? Just bear with me. I'll put some elevator music on. Yeah, have a look in scrap pile. Where did it go? Oh, that's nice. I don't know if that's going to be right, though. They're not long enough. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm going to use that because I just like the look of it. So what I did is, well, Melina shows you on her channel. I cut a piece of paper slightly narrower than the width of my envelope. Yeah, and then I measured how far from the top to where it disappears, and I cut about ½ an inch longer than that. I'm not going to ink it because I will ink it when it's on. Yeah. Now for this bit I've used glue stick, because this is where Melina talked a lot of sense, and I completely agreed with her. If you use glue stick you get a little bit more wiggle time, because what we want to do is glue this and then pop it inside that pocket. Now I'm going to glue along the top, the sides, and then just a bit on the middle. You don't need completely gluing. You might get yourself in a right old tangle trying to glue it completely. But the other thing I am going to do is I'm just going to take my glue stick and glue along that top edge of the envelope. So let's get this in. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. So I tried to line one edge up. Oh yeah, that works. And oh yeah, nearly. I just need to wiggle that up a little bit. If it's sticking up, it don't matter. You can always chop it off. I absolutely happen to have got that perfect. Shocker. Absolute shocker. Weren't expecting that at all. Other one were much more awkward. I think after all messing collage at wrong side of that and taking 3 years to do that, I needed an easy time on something, didn't I? So I'm going to ink that up because I love the grunginess. I may put 2 of these in this journal. There is another way you can use them that Melina showed, and I will show you when it's finished. So that's that, that's that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue this on here. Now what I did before doing it is I folded this in half ready. Woo! Looks like I'm making a paper aeroplane, doesn't it? So that I know where the middle is. Yeah, but I've not made a firm crease yet. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue up either side of the centre, just to make sure those pockets aren't going anywhere. You want to glue along that bottom and along that bottom. Woo. I think again Melina used dry adhesive for the middle. It just shows that there's more than one way to skin a cat, doesn't it? Now I'm going to pop that on. Now for this bit, you'd be better waiting until it's completely dry, I would suggest. Right, the one Melina did, her point came up past there and it looked good. Mine, it's just a different design envelope and it doesn't quite meet, but it still looks good to me. Right, you can see it doesn't meet perfectly at corners, but I'm over perfection. I think you've noticed that lately. Right, I'm going to grab my page and I'll show you another way you can use this before we fold the whole thing in half. I'm just going to check my light again. We're looking a bit dark. I think that made it darker, didn't it? Oh, that'll do. Right, this is a very tall envelope, so actually this really tall envelope wouldn't work as Melina suggested, which is to pop it on the page like so. So you can have a pocket there, a pocket there, a tuck there, and a tuck there. Yeah, imagine it was a shorter envelope. That's what it'd look like. So you could do that, but we're going to put it over the page just like the other one. So I'm hoping that's dried enough. So I'm just going to fold that over. I'm going to grab my bone folder. I'm just going to press it before I go creasing. There. Now there's a lot of layers of paper here. The thicker the paper you use, it might start to buckle and pucker up more. Look at it from above, but that's not an issue really. You can just manipulate it a little bit and it'll come back straight. Also, once it's over the page and you glue that side down, it's not going to be an issue at all. Especially if you're going to say put it at the bottom of the page and glue there and there. Or you could even glue the side and the bottom further up page. So that's that. I'm not going to glue this because I don't know if I want it on that same opposite page. But that is basically how you do your 6 pocket over the page flip. Over the page pocket. Yeah, flaps. I don't know. I best shut up. There won't be a bloopers today. I've not made enough mistakes today. We'll wait until I make some more. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you next time. Bye.